Hey everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm so thrilled you're here with us today. Hi friends, I'm Jason, your host, and joining me is my amazing co-host, Julia. Whether you're walking, cooking, or just relaxing, thank you for being part of our community. Today, we've got a super exciting topic that's bound to resonate with many of you. Start speaking now, fix your mistakes later. This concept is crucial for anyone learning English. Because, honestly, so many people hesitate to speak until they think their English is perfect.
Yeah, I definitely get that. It's like, a huge mental block for a lot of people.
Exactly. I mean, we all make mistakes. That's how we learn, right? Think of it this way. Have you ever seen a toddler trying to walk? They fall over and over again, but you can see the determination in their eyes to get back up and try again. It's the same thing with language learning.
Oh, that's such a cute example. I mean, it's kind of like when I tried learning to surf.
Haha, yes. Are you wiping out on the waves?
Yeah, totally. I thought I could just hop on the board, but I ended up plopping right into the water, like, at least 20 times before I even rode a wave. So, it's really about those first shaky attempts, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And just like learning to surf, if you're thinking of waiting until you're ready to speak, you'll end up waiting forever. Putting yourself out there, even with just one small sentence a day, is more effective than standing still in silence.
That's so true.
Let's explore why making mistakes isn't just okay, but actually beneficial. I mean, think about how children learn to talk. They don't come out saying perfect sentences, right?
Right. It's like, they blurt out all sorts of funny words.
Exactly. Those funny words, those mistakes, are actually stepping stones to improvement. It's like little teachers guiding them along the way. People are generally understanding. Most just want to communicate and connect.
Wow, that's a good point. So like, if I try speaking more, it won't just be about language, but also about building connections?
Yes. And if you're scared about being perfect, flip the script and focus on the effort you're making to try. Think of every mistake as a badge of honor.
Haha, I love that. Like, a badge in a video game where you level up with each misstep?
Exactly. Speaking early and often is what builds fluency. So whether you have a partner or not, let's dive into how you can practice speaking even when you're alone.
Ooh, I want to hear these tips.
All right, here are a few simple ones to get you started. First, talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. It's like being your own live commentator.
Haha, that would be fun. I can imagine walking around the house saying, Julia is now drinking her third cup of coffee.
Right? It adds a little flair to your day. Second, read out loud. It trains your mouth to the sounds of English.
I can definitely see that helping.
Third, record your voice. This way, you can catch your mistakes and monitor your progress. It's like having your own feedback loop.
Oh, I love a good self-review.
Fourth, shadow native speakers. Just repeat short sentences you hear in videos or podcasts. It's like echoing their confidence.
Right, it's like those vocal exercises for singers.
Exactly. And finally, consider using apps where you can interact with chatbots or practice pronunciation. Just dive in and start practicing.
This is super practical.
Remember, don't stress over mistakes. The more you speak, the more natural it becomes. Whether you just say one sentence or have a mini monologue, that's how the journey begins.
Okay, but what about when we get really nervous?
Great question, Julia. When you feel nervous or stuck, just remember that making mistakes is a normal part of the process. Even native speakers make mistakes.
Whoa, really? Like, they mess up every day in conversation too?
Absolutely. So when you mess up, treat it as a learning moment. Smile, maybe correct it if you can, and keep going. Most people admire your courage to learn.
Wow, that's so encouraging, really.
Yes! And if someone corrects you, thank them. It just reinforces that you're on a learning journey.
And every mistake is really just a step to fluency.
Exactly. So, our key takeaway for today is to just speak. Don't wait for the perfect moment or flawless grammar.
Right. Action over perfection, always.
After this episode, we challenge you to say something in English. Talk to yourself or repeat something you heard here.
I'm totally up for that challenge.
Good! Remember, action builds confidence. You've got this.
Thanks for the pep talk, Jason.
Thank you for joining us on the English Learning Podcast. We'll see you next time. Keep in mind, you don't need to be perfect. Just be brave enough to start.
That's so true.
Each word you speak draws you closer to fluency. So keep practicing, and don't forget to subscribe and share this with a friend who's on their English journey too. Until next time, stay confident and curious.
Absolutely. See you.
Back to English in Flow, the podcast where we make learning English not just educational, but fun and easy. Today, we're diving into a game-changing topic. Start speaking now, fix your mistakes later. If you've ever felt stuck, anxious about making mistakes, then trust me, this episode is for you. I've got an amazing guest with me to share some fantastic tips.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing. So, why do so many learners hesitate to speak up in English? It's like, that feeling you get when you dive into a cold pool, right?
Haha, that's a great analogy. Exactly. Many people worry about saying the wrong thing, or worse, being laughed at. But here's the reality. Mistakes are an integral part of the learning process.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to cook without a recipe. You can't expect to make a Michelin star meal on your first try, right?
Absolutely. Perfection is a myth, my friend. Native speakers make mistakes too. The key is to keep talking. Think of speaking as a workout for your brain. It's all about practice.
Ooh, so, it's like going to the gym for your brain? I like that. But, how do I start without feeling overwhelmed?
Great question. Start thinking in simple sentences. For example, instead of saying, "I am extremely delighted to encounter you," just go with, "I'm happy to meet you."
Wow, that's so much easier. I feel like I always try to make things sound super fancy when simpler is better.
Exactly. Simple sentences can help convey your message clearly. You can also practice by describing things around you, like narrating your cat's adventures.
Haha, narrating my cat? That sounds fun. Like, my cat is chasing her tail?
Yes, it's great practice. Another tip is to talk to yourself. When you're alone, narrate what you're doing in English.
Oh man, I already talk to myself all the time. This just gives me permission to do it more. Awesome, laughs.
Right? It builds fluency without anyone judging you. Another exercise is shadowing. Listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say right after them.
That sounds so cool. It's like karaoke, but for speaking English. Laughs.
Exactly. It trains your mouth to move naturally in English. Also, practice with low-pressure conversations with friends or language partners.
Got it. So starting small feels less daunting, right? Like dipping your toes in before jumping in the deep end?
Exactly. Every small conversation can build your confidence. And remember, mistakes aren't the enemy, they're opportunities for growth. Most people just want to understand you.
So if I mess up, just laugh it off? It's like saying, oops, my bad, and moving on?
Exactly. If you make an error, just starting a conversation could be as simple as saying, "Can I ask you something?" If you stumble, say, "Wait, I said that wrong, let me fix it."
Ooh, that feels really practical. Can we share some more phrases to help our listeners get started?
Of course, phrases like "let's chat" can easily invite someone to talk. "No worries" is a great way to brush off any mistakes you might make. And "what do you think" is perfect for keeping the conversation going.
Wow, those are awesome. I feel like I could use "I'm still learning" when I trip over my words too. Sigh.
Exactly. It sets a positive tone when you stumble. "Can you say that again?" is also a lifesaver when you're lost in a conversation.
I'm so excited. So listeners, here's a challenge. Use 3 of these phrases in real conversations this week. It's like an English-speaking scavenger hunt.
Exactly. And to up your game after starting to speak, try recording yourself talking about any topic. Listen back to catch fun little habits you didn't notice before.
Ooh, that sounds, kind of fun, yet slightly cringy.
Haha, it definitely can be. But also, ask friends or teachers for feedback. Plus, pay attention to responses in conversations you hear, whether it's on shows or casual chats.
Right. I can totally see how that helps pick up the flow and patterns people naturally use.
Yes. Remember, repetition builds muscle memory for speaking. And don't forget to celebrate your progress. Compare how you articulate compared to where you started.
Oh wow, I can't believe how far I've come. It's like a before and after transformation.
Exactly. And don't forget to use phrases like, "That's interesting," to show you're engaged, or "Tell me more," to keep the conversation flowing.
Ooh, these tips are pure gold. Can't wait to start chatting, laughs.